to Women's Profile on Radio 4AB FM, a program of women's issues, community news, and music from around the globe. Stay tuned for the next hour as we share our world with you on 98.1 FM. Good afternoon, welcome to Women's Profile. Women's Profile brings you issues, stories, and news about women, girls, and families in our society. In this edition, Women's Profile brings you the following stories from two Aus Mumpreneur Awards finalists, Georgina Tenaglia and Joanna Nelson. Our technician, as usual, is Irene Tavutavu, and we're recording offsite at Greenslopes. I'm your presenter, Maureen. My guest is Georgina Tenaglia, who's the founder of Vintage on Tap, a mum and a finalist in national awards, the 2020 Aus Mumpreneur Awards for hair, coffee by day and wine by night, mobile cafe and keg bars. Welcome to Women's Profile, Georgina.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on being named as a finalist, and in which particular category is it?
This is for the Business Service Award.
So tell us your inspiration or story about Vintage on Tap.
Okay, well, my inspiration originated from a funny meme on Facebook, actually, that my sister-in-law sent to me on Facebook. And it was a picture of like a Mr. Whippy van driving down the road at 5 p.m. And as we're all, we're probably all the same. I know for me, I was like this. At 5 o'clock, you've got the kids at home, witching hour, and all you want is that little glass of wine just to kind of have a chill. And so this meme had all these mums at 5 o'clock in the afternoon running down behind this vehicle trying to catch the wine. And so I thought, you know what, if I could create something like that, that's kind of it for me. So that's what I did, created our own little vehicle and customised the back end, and that's what we have now on Vintage on Tap.
So it also stems from your love of entertaining?
Oh, 100%. I love to throw parties. I love entertaining. Even if it's not for me, if I can do it for other people, that just makes me feel so good. And, I just want the best for everyone. And, yeah, I absolutely love it.
So how special and how different is this to ordinary kegs of beer and serving coffee?
The amazing part about Vintage on Tap mobile keg bars is we have so many suppliers that we can tap into all around Australia, New Zealand as well, Asia. So all of our suppliers, we can supply ciders, craft or mainstream. We can do beers, craft or mainstream. You have wineries that we can tap into as well. So we have white wines, red wines, rosés, Prosecco's from Italy. We can do pretty much anything. Even cocktails we can make up for you.
Excellent. How you truly bring a unique approach to your customers, and you employ 12 staff?
Yeah, we do. So not only at the moment, we have organically grown into pop-up coffee bars as well as mobile bars at night, which I guess in the current COVID climate, that's what we've had to do, because we have to evolve and we've got to, move with the way of the world, so to speak. So at the moment, we do our nitro coffee on tap. We've introduced our hot coffee, our little takeaway, pre-packaged foods and things like that, so that we can continue trading during COVID times and restrictions and things like that.
I was going to ask whether how you're coping during the COVID, and if you've lost any staff during this time, or...
No, we went the opposite way. So during COVID, we employed more staff. It's a little different to the way that a lot of other businesses are struggling out there. And we initially thought that, okay, this is going to be really tough for us, because all in one day, we lost our mobile bar revenue for the year, pretty much. Everything was put on hold. People were cancelling. And, it was a scary time there for a minute. But like I said, we had to adapt and we had to evolve and move with the way of COVID and the restrictions. And we were lucky enough to be able to employ 4 new staff over that time, because we were able to stay open. Whereas a lot of other businesses, unfortunately, the larger ones, they had to close during those restricted times. But we were lucky enough to stay open and employ people. So we're really grateful for that.
So you actually work tirelessly day or night by the sound of it?
Oh, we haven't stopped. My husband, I 100% could not do it without him. He works in the store every single day. There's only been a couple of days in the last month since restrictions for the mobile bars were eased and we can do, larger events and things for people. So up until July this year, since last October, he hadn't had a day off at all. So, I am so grateful that I have him because he's just as hard at working as what I am, and I think that's really, a testament to our business and why we are still moving forward.
You have definitely an understanding and loving husband then.
Oh, he's amazing. I call him my handsome husband. And, yeah, he is such a beautiful man. And, it took him a little while to get his head around the whole concept of mobile bars and at night and coffee by day. But as soon as he saw the vision that I had, he was like, yep, let's do it.
So how long have you been in this business?
Well, it took planning time in my head about a year and a half to 18 months, then trying to find the right vehicles, then trying to find the right people to customise the vehicle. We launched the business in end of 2017, but we officially launched and did our first event in July 2018. So it's still very early stages, I would say, but I wouldn't change it for the world, and it is exactly what David and I want to do for, the rest of our days. We absolutely love making people's events so special.
So what do your children think of their mum being a successful businesswoman?
I only asked them about this the other day once I was nominated, and it nearly made me cry. Like, I am so proud of my children, who they are and what they represent. But for me to hear that they were proud of their mum and their dad, of course, because without him it wouldn't be happening, but to hear them say that they're proud of their mum, I'm just blown away.
Tell me your expression of quotation, 1 o'clock, which you look forward to.
Yeah, so 1 o'clock. With a lot of my friends who have children and they're stay-at-home mums, and it's a hard, thankless job being a stay-at-home mum at times. And, so 1 o'clock for my girlfriends and I is witching hour is about to start with the kids. So that means, crazy times. They're starting to get a little bit tired from the school day, a little bit tired, and they're ready to go to bed. They're hungry, so they're waiting for their dinner. So 1 o'clock is that moment, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, most times, where you can sit down, you take that 10 minutes just to have a little glass of wine and just relax and get ready for that next moment, for the rush hour, pretty much. Time to spend with your girlfriends too, and just, have a chin wag.
Your background, Georgina, is in retail and commercial real estate. Why did you change?
Well, I was in retail, managing stores since I was about 19 years old. And then I had my first child. And then after going back to retail, I just thought, I really want to do something different. I don't want to be in retail for the rest of my life, stuck in a store. So what else can I do? I love sales. I love meeting people. And so I fell into real estate. One of my very good girlfriends worked for a business in Surfers Paradise, and she said, why don't you come over and do your real estate course and come and be an agent? And I went, yeah, sure, why not? So I gave it a shot. I loved it. I love property. I love styling. So whether or not that's property styling or personal styling or anything like that. So it kind of just felt like it worked really well for me. Once I was doing that, then I got into property development and land acquisition, and then I got married to my handsome husband and had 2 more children, and I became a stay-at-home mum. And when they were getting old enough to go back to school or start school, I had to I had to figure out what I wanted to do. And my handsome husband, he had a couple of mini strokes. And so it really pushed me into hurrying, that concept up. I needed to really figure something out and figure it out quickly because I didn't want him to work on a building site for the rest of his days. And I wanted him happy and healthy and to have him around for a lot longer for myself and the kids. So that's where it all came from.
Do you have any future plans for your business in terms of expanding or going into other franchise?
Actually, yeah, we would love to. We're looking at expanding all the time, and we're actually doing that now as we speak. When we initially started the business, we had one Piaggio Arte, which is one of the mobile bars, Bella, her name is, and a smaller DIY version, Mini B. Since then, 12 months later, we purchased our second Arte, and that's Peppy. And we have just signed a lease in the Cleveland Central Mall to have a little coffee shop kiosk there. So that'll be Cafe Kiesi. So, and we're looking at a couple of other little areas on the Gold Coast as well that we're looking at possibly opening up another coffee shop down here. And we're always looking at possible, franchise opportunities down the track. We've already been asked probably a dozen or more times at different, festivals and large events where we have people coming up to us saying, is this a franchise? And we're like, no, this is just our business. And they are so excited and they're like, please let us know as soon as you want a franchise because we're in, we want to buy it. So we're not ready to franchise just yet. We are a small business or a mum and dad business. So we just want to make sure that we're making an awesome name for it right now, and then we'll look at franchising possibly in the future.
Thanks very much, Georgina, and I wish you all the best in the award finalist night.
Thanks, Maureen. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
And I've been speaking to Georgina Tenaglia, who is one of the finalists in the Mum Aus Mumpreneur Service Business category for 2020.